I'm going to go over things with the curved line grid, which connects back into levers. We're going to talk about ProSpin versus AntiSpin. I took a lot of this from toy spinners, especially the terminology, a lot of the motion, and I'm trying to apply it back to just the body without any props. So they don't actually use the word ProSpin. They use either spin or spin or in-spin or extensions. I think the most widely used term is extensions. Unfortunately, in the dance world, we already use the word extension for another thing, so why complicate matters? So I think ProSpin, AntiSpin is used by everyone. So the opposite of AntiSpin in grammatical terms in English would be pro. So I'm just going to call it ProSpin, and we're going to go from there. So to define ProSpin, it is two line segments that are connected in any way, both rotating in the same direction. So they two lines either going both clockwise or both counterclockwise. An example of that would be this right here. I have a line which is from my shoulder to my elbow, and then I have another line which is from my elbow to my wrist or my hand. Now you may think, like, what defines that as two line segments? We go back to the grid and it's all about joints. So this joint right here allows this line segment to move in a freer manner than if we were to call just my bicep area two lines, because I couldn't disconnect those lines. So just the ability to have a joint right there, the ability to disconnect those lines and rotate them in different directions, that's what I mean by line segment. So you can think of your thigh and your calf as a line segment, these as line segments. You can even get it as like 3 line segments if you want to include your wrist out to your fingertips, or even more if you go your wrist out to your knuckles and then your knuckles out to your fingertips. You can get crazy with it, but we're just going to go over the basics. So ProSpin, 2 line segments spinning in the same direction. I'll show you a version of that. This is 2 line segments. Both of them make one 360-degree rotation. That looks really simple, and that's because it is. So if you watch this again, we have 90-degree rotation on both line segments going in the same direction. On the camera, it's going to be clockwise. And then another 90 degrees, another 90 degrees, another 90 degrees. Both line segments traveled in the same direction. So that's what makes it ProSpin. The opposite of that would be AntiSpin, where each line segment travels in an opposing direction. So if you watch carefully, I'm going to start at one of our points, 2 of them, one right here in the grid, and I'm going to pull out, up, over, and back. Do that one more time. And if you'll just focus on the bicep on this, focus which direction it's going. Okay, so to the camera, that was moving counterclockwise. Now we're going to focus on the forearm portion and see which direction that is moving. That was moving clockwise. So I have one line segment moving counterclockwise and the other line segment moving clockwise. That is AntiSpin. 2 line segments rotating in opposite directions. AntiSpin.